Now, New York City is a population of 8.8 million. They had 100,000 immigrants show up. It's devastated their economy. We're a city of 60,000. 1.1% in New York, 60,000 with 7,000. That's 8.5%. Rocking Horse is the best example. Best example. Where's the police chief? Oh, sorry. When you pull over an illegal that has no license, can you impound the car? Okay. Do you impound the car? Why? That's an instrument of death.
What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to Dirty Laundry Media. It's your man online, Bill Money, tapping in. Thank you for tuning in today. So what we're going to do today is take another look at Springfield, Ohio. I did post a video recently. Go check that out. I'll post a link in the description, in which I covered a city commission meeting from a few weeks back, when Springfield made the headlines when they were mentioned by Donald Trump in his debate with Kamala Harris. So, the headlines have been crazy. Everybody's talking about Haitian immigrants, if they're eating domestic animals, if they're snatching ducks and geese from the parks. And again, those are allegations that have been swirling. But I want to focus on the deeper issues that's going on in Springfield, not only in Springfield, but in cities across America. Chicago, Aurora, Colorado, New York City, even on down to Sylacauga, Alabama. I did post a video covering some recent city hall or city commission meetings in which there were very much concerns about the recent influx of Haitian immigrants in Sylacauga. But what I want to focus on are some of the issues that are not being broadcast, and those are the economic issues, the cultural and social issues being caused by the mass unfettered immigration going on, from coast to coast, from north to south, over the last 3 years. And in Springfield, a city of about 60,000 has seen an influx of 25,000 Haitian immigrants over the past 3 years, and it's causing tension, understandably so. And what it seems as if the people who are raising concerns, voicing their complaints to city officials, are kind of sort of being told to be quiet. You'll notice a very disinterested tone by many of the city officials when they're questioned by the locals about what's going on with the immigration. And it's affecting city services on all levels. So local school districts are facing challenges integrating new students. They say around 40 new arrivals weekly. Most of them don't speak English. So this is putting pressure on teachers and school infrastructure. And this is impacting the quality of education for other students. Local police are struggling with increased calls for service, many involving language barriers, again, which slows down response times and complicates interactions between officers and residents. So again, this further hinders their efficiency in maintaining public safety. And we'll talk about some of the other issues that are plaguing Springfield as well as other cities across the country as a result of this mass unfettered illegal immigration in most instances. I want to show you a few clips. This first clip is from a young lady named Masika Darby. I hope to bring her on to the show to talk about her experiences and what's going on locally on the ground in Springfield, Ohio. So just want to go ahead and get into these clips. I'll comment on the other side and let me know what you think down in the comments about this illegal immigration crisis. If it's affecting where you live, definitely let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to hear your story. But let's go ahead and get into it.
My name is Masika Darby. I live on 620 West Pleasant Street, here in Springfield. I really came here today to apologize for last meeting, because this is not your fault. There is nothing you can do but try to fix what has been done. I've done a lot of research, and I've noticed that, yes, this is on a federal level. I think the biggest thing here is people they want to know how many immigrants are we going to take into our cities and, into our residents, because I don't want them to be without. I don't want to see them homeless. I don't want to see them, unsafe. I would hope everybody feels the same. But we also have to understand how much this country, this is not just our city, this is all over. New York, Texas, they're sending them on buses to different cities like Springfield because they don't have the room. How many are we going to have to take to say, okay, what do we do now? Our homeless, our schools. I know you guys have seen Clark. They can't give, there's around the block. Like, that's what we're really trying to kind of get. But like I said, I apologize because there's nothing you guys can do. All you can do is try to help with the presentation the guy had, the TCC. That was good. Finding sidewalks, finding different ways of transportation for them. That helps them too. So I agree with that. But that's all I really can say, because you guys, this is not too much. You can yell at them all you want. This is our president.
I'm sorry.
And that's how I feel.
I have a question for her, Lynn. Did you speak to rent the last time? Am I right? Did you stand up and speak? I wanted to also put landlords on notice, because I have, obviously, you've heard this, but I've uncovered landlords who are exploiting, selling beds for $100 to $500 per bed.
They are.
I have friends that live in areas where they know families that are paying above and beyond exploited rent. So
Yes.
that's just to put landlords on notice. We're looking into that too. And thank God we've established the rental property registry, because we need to make sure that there's fair rent for the very reason you brought up, so you can pay your fair market rent as well. So thank you.
I prepared a little speech here, so
You could do your name and
I'm gonna be
address just
reading.
publicly for the record.
my name
please.
is Deborah Simon. Springfield is in an active state of emergency because for years the mayor and the city council have failed to do their jobs. You have sat back and let this go on for 5 years and done almost nothing. Amnesty seekers have been flooding in Springfield since way before the border was just opened the last couple years ago. This is not a new problem. You say that it's not your fault, but you are the people that run this city. Springfield is in a free fall collapse because of you. Every resident is in great danger on our roads, and a little boy has already perished because of you. All of our charities are overwhelmed because of you. Businesses are being shoplifted because of you. Children are being exposed to nudity in bathrooms because of you. Our city schools, which are already performing at the lowest level in the state of Ohio, dead last in the recent Ohio Schools report card, they can't take any more children. Our medical providers are overwhelmed because of you. There are no homes for low-income Springfield natives because of you. And what is this tent city at Columbus Avenue in Northmont? Since you say that you don't know how to do your job, I will tell you, and please write these down. And I understand that Mr. Rue has done a few of them, but we need to find out, how are they getting here? And to stop the buses from dropping them off, to stop them at that point and send them on to a amnesty city like Columbus. Send them on. Don't let them get off the bus. You need to get on the phone with all the schools, the businesses, the hospitals, the charities, the social services, the law enforcement, the court system, the church, the DMV, etc., even ICE and Homeland Security. You need to ask them and do studies. You need to find out how many are here, how many speak English, how many are living per an average household. Are there 30 people living in one house? Are they working? And where are they working at? What assistance are they asking for and not receiving? Are there issues with interpreters? How has this invasion affected each agency and business in Springfield? It is your job to know these things, and you've had more than 5 years to understand, to figure them out. Our infrastructures are collapsing because you didn't take the time to study what's going on. Last meeting, you mentioned that you didn't have any idea how they were receiving driver's licenses. I took a 3-minute web search and found out that you can go online to take the written test to receive and there's no driver's test. So they're having somebody else take the tests for them.
I want to thank you for your comments. Your 3 minutes are up. We're going to go ahead and go to Mr. Sanders.
We need to
Thank you
find
so much.
out, how are they getting here? And to stop the buses from dropping them off, to stop them at that point and send them on to a amnesty city like Columbus. Send them on. Don't let them get off the bus. You need to get on the phone with all the schools, the businesses, the hospitals, the charities, the social services, the law enforcement, the court system, the church, the DMV, etc., even ICE and Homeland Security. You need to ask them and do studies. You need to find out how many are here, how many speak English, how many are living per an average household. Are there 30 people living in one house? Are they working? And where are they working at? What assistance are they asking for and not receiving? Are there issues with interpreters? How has this invasion affected each agency and business in Springfield? It is your job to know these things, and you've had more than 5 years to understand, to figure them out. Our infrastructures are collapsing because you didn't take the time to study what's going on. Last meeting, you mentioned that you didn't have any idea how they were receiving driver's licenses. I took a 3-minute web search and found out that you can go online to take the written test to receive and there's no driver's test. So they're having somebody else take the tests for them.
I want to thank you for your comments. Your 3 minutes are up. We're going to go ahead and go to Mr. Sanders. Thank you so much for speaking your mind. Mark, if you go ahead, please.
Yeah, so my name is Mark Sanders. I live out at 2254 Snyder Domer Road, and that's Northwestern School District. I want to preface by saying that my 11-year-old daughter used to ride bus 19. Thank God last year there was a route change on a different bus, but she witnessed something that first day of school that no adult should ever witness. And that was as a result of an illegal immigrant, not a migrant, not an asylum seeker, an illegal immigrant, unlicensed, uninsured, non-English speaking, that hit the bus, flipped the bus. She sent me a picture within 30 seconds of it happening, and all it said was, "Dad, it's not us. I love you." Now, Rob, I want to first of all say thank you for the research and proactive activity you've done prior to this meeting. I will tell you, I watched the last meeting online, and the combative nature of some of the individuals was truly alarming. Mr. Eastrop, I want to clarify something. Your letter from Sherrod Brown is worthless. He's a flaming liberal. Okay? If J.D. Vance can't get back with you, it's because he's actually doing something. Sherrod Brown is looking for amnesty. That's why the 2013 bill didn't pass. Be specific and clarify, okay? Don't give just basic details. Now, New York City is a population of 8.8 million. They had 100,000 immigrants show up. It's devastated their economy. We're a city of 60,000. 1.1% in New York, 60,000 with 7,000. That's 8.5%. Rocking Horse is the best example. Best example. So where's the police chief? Oh, sorry. When you pull over an illegal that has no license, can you impound the car? Okay. Do you impound the car? Why? That's an instrument of death. It should be so. Mayor, in one of your parting things, have the police chief impound all vehicles driven by somebody without a license. You take one vehicle off the road. That way the person that owns the vehicle's got to go to the yard, pick it up. Most of them are owned by LLCs. George 10, First Diversity Staffing, owns 43 houses in Springfield. You have your landlord registry. You have a code enforcement. I suggest you visit. He's renting 10, 12, 15 to a house. He's getting a third of their paycheck. It's nothing more than indentured servitude. And that's illegal. So with that,
Mr. Sanders? Mr. Sanders?
yes, sir.
If you could provide to Mr. Heck after the meeting the names or addresses of those residents, I will be happy to file a complaint
Auditor's
myself.
website.
Thank you.
Auditor's website. That's how I found them.
Arthur
ADOS
Solomon.
dude, ADOS dude, there was an ADOS dude named Bill something, Bill the icon.
Bring all the dirty laundry.
Huh?